I wish I had that enthusiasm. Which reminds me, quite interesting segue because it's true. When I was a kid, when I was very young, I was invited to a lot of parties. And boy, that made me feel good, you know, to be wanted. The problem with it, the downer was every time the girl or the guy called me and said, "Oh, Harry, you want you at the party?" The end was, "Oh, and bring a deck of cards." You know, and that was kind of a downer, you know. I figured I wanted them to love me for me, you know, not for my talent, but I don't want to knock the talent, but one of the things that used to happen quite often, the reason I mentioned that is, oh, they would hand me a deck of cards, and I always say I'm very hard to start, but it's harder to stop me, man. I would go on for a few hours, and I was tired, and sure as shooting, whenever I was tired, and I was single in those days, and I'd meet a girl, and I'm trying to make time and talk to the girl. Sure enough, somebody would come in late, and the host or hostess would say, "Oh, Harry, would you do a trick for that person?" You know, and I said, "Oh, gosh, I just done 3 hours of magic," you know. In those years, that was my short performance, you know. So what I used to do, and it's kind of a true story, it's, oh, all right, you know, and I was busy having a drink, talking to this girl, and this was you're the new person that just came in, and I'd say, "Oh, all right, look, let me do just one trick." And I wasn't really interested. See, I was interested in talking to this girl. I said, "I'll tell you what, would you do me a favor? Would you reach into the middle of the deck, sort of, and pull out any card? Just reach into the center, would you, and pull out any card." Meanwhile, I was talking to this guy. "Oh, look at the card and show it to at least one other person. Put it on top of the deck, would you? Oh, and give the deck a cut, you know, give it a complete cut." Yeah, that's the idea. And I would still do, "Did you cut the deck? Use this hand now and cut the deck again. I want to see how you do it with that hand. Let me see. Oh, you're doing it well, good." And I'd be, "Okay, give him another cut, would you? Yeah, just keep cutting till I tell you to stop." and you know, I'm getting a phone number. "Would you cut him once more?" And I was getting your hand getting a little. "Would you turn the deck face up for me? Turn him face up, right? And while they're face up, give him another cut, would you? And when can I call you? On weekdays? Yeah, give him another cut." And I would go on like this. Half the time I'd forget, you know. But fine, I turned the deck face down. "Oh, incidentally, you know, how many times did you cut?" "You mean you didn't count them?" "Oh, shucks." Well, I think I counted about 14. 14 cards. Put your finger on the deck, just one finger. 14 cuts brings your card to 8th from the top. Your card is 8th. No, don't loosen your finger. See, no. You just brought it up to 4th. No. Keep your hand pressed down. You just brought it to 2nd from your card is 2nd from the top, but your card is 2nd from the top. What was your card? What was it? Do you remember it? 5 of diamonds. I told you it was 2nd. You don't believe me, do you? Take the top card, put it here. That's 1. Look at the 2nd card. Did I ever lie to you before? I said, okay. All right.